It's like a dream, isn't it? It's a four-time All-Star joining two of the NBA's youngest and brightest. Well, imagine no more. It's real. It's happening. A man who could very well change the balance of power in the East has arrived. One Jimmy Butler making his 76er debut tonight as his new team plays the last of a three-game road trip. NBC Sports Philadelphia, home of the authentic fan, has it for you as the Sixers meet the Magic tonight in Orlando. Gordon taking on Simmons and having his way. Aaron Gordon, his fifth year from Arizona, leading scorer last year and now second this year to Vucevic, averaging 16.5 per game. Embiid to Butler through the back door, and that's his first bucket as a Sixer. Boy, you could hear a lot of Sixer fans here cheering that one. Redick, nice spot up Butler, who throws it down. Beautifully done by JJ. Sixers sharing the ball here early. They have 5 assists on 6 buckets. Butler running the floor, and he made sure he got the contact, that's for sure. As he collides with Fournier, he should be getting 2 at the line. Butler got it. Jimmy Butler in a Sixer debut, hitting his first 3 shots from the floor. He's got 8. Embiid thinking 3, hit his first 3 threes of this game back in the first quarter, and as he did in the first quarter, dropping a dime on Butler. So Butler, his 4th bucket, he's got 10, and Joel Embiid, his 7th assist already. That ties a season high.
Talked to Monty Williams at the half, who told me, wanted to remind everybody that they have a very small package offensively, which is what we're seeing right now with Jimmy Butler. And as far as that 10-point lead that they gave up, it was just because that small ball lineup, he thought, guys.
Spoon-feeding Jimmy Butler, as Fred Brown referred to it. That time, Butler able to finish a tough 2 in traffic. Compliments of Ben Simmons.
Great body control. It shows you the strength to absorb the contact and still have enough to get it up to the rim.
Butler all the way in, deposits to Jimmy Butler. And a timeout called by the Magic. Nice little outburst by the Sixers here. Chandler got it done. Floating home 2, Wilson Chandler. Now with a season high 9 points, and that was a badly, and I mean badly, needed hoop for the Sixers. Embiid giving it up. Butler, one of his specialties, the isolation. Muscala for 3. Yes! Mike Muscala. And the new guy, Jimmy Butler, connecting and slapping 5 after that. Muscala, a gigantic 3. And the Sixers, their outburst after the Magic went on that huge run. They lead it by 4. Just under 3.5 to play here in the 4th. 6 seconds separating the clocks. Neither team with a foul to give.
Switching right now, JoJo on Ross.
And Muscala has Vucevic.
Talk to him. You see all the defenders talking to him. Butler, Ben. That's great, talking to JoJo.
Ross fouled off for 3. Wow.
Going to the strength.
Redick thinking about it. There it is. Oh, don't count it. Stepped out of bounds. And they're going to replay it just to make sure. Jimmy Butler elected. That was for 2. And that'll do it. Sixers fans eager to lay eyes on a player expected to make their team a power in the East. In the meantime tonight, NBC Sports Philadelphia presenting Authentic Fan Night. What a great time we had meeting and greeting fans before tonight's game. Oh yes, the game. NBC Sports Philadelphia brings you the matchup for the first time this year. It'll be the Sixers and the Utah Jazz. Butler, the step on Ingles, and how about that? Gets us started, and a rousing cheer from the crowd here at Wells Fargo Center for Jimmy Butler. There's Butler, and he drains the 3. Jimmy Butler. They are loving it here at Wells Fargo Center, and the Sixers off to the quick start. That's Butler on the drive. Muscala stationed for 3. Got it! Mike Muscala on his first touch, and this is 3rd game after missing 3 because of the broken nose. And the Sixers are 7 for 7. Simmons for Butler. Got it! And the Sixers are 8 for 8 to start this game. Shamet That was for three. Compliment to Jimmy Butler. The rookie continues to shine. Butler again. Got it. Well, he hasn't missed. Jimmy Butler 4 for 4. Give him 9. Butler dancing inside. Jimmy Butler in his home debut. It's a sweet one so far. 11 points in 11 minutes. 5 of 6 from the floor. Talking about Jimmy Butler's home debut and the Sixers' great shooting. Beautifully done. Maybe they went over that yesterday. Butler, the feed from the rookie Landry Shamet. Ben Simmons flipping in 2. And right now the Jazz trying to put that behind them. They didn't start off too well in this game. The Sixers red hot from the beginning and leading by as many as 16. It looked early on like they could have had another blowout as Butler gets 2. Gobert. Simmons throwing it down. Ben Simmons in full flight as the Sixers come up with a turnover. Landry Shamet on the floor. Jimmy Butler to the hoop, got it done. Butler in his home debut, shooting the ball very well tonight. 8 of 10, give him 17.
That looks like Aaron Payne. He's calling for a sub right now, and he's saying, no, I don't want to come out of the game.
That's typical of him. Meantime, Amir Johnson buries his second 3 of the game. Nobody can make a free throw, but Amir Johnson can make 2 threes.
Here, Jay Crowder and Rudy Gobert yelling to each other, make sure you block out. Ooh.
There's Fultz. They didn't block him out.
Nope.
Butler, can he get it off? Jimmy Butler was fouled. Count it! And he'll go to the line. Boy, he was hit hard on the play. All right, Jimmy Butler's back. Ben Simmons is back. Just in time, the Sixers down 5. Here they are out of the timeout. Embiid got it. Badly needed hoop for the Sixers. And they go to their big guy Embiid, who's got 14. And they go pick and roll. Gobert this time met by Embiid, who leaves him feeling rejected.
Great challenge from Joel, not giving up that easy one to Rudy.
Butler for 3. Yes! Well, the Sixers do lead by a point, and he gave it up. Redick with the steal. Here come the Sixers. Butler all the way in, and he slams for 2. Butler forcing his way in. Embiid, it's for 3. Yes! A nice play. Butler lays it home with a play by Ben Simmons to get it to Butler, and the Sixers lead by 4. Run it for Mitchell. Embiid switching out. The offensive foul is called.
Gobert with the lead.
Jazz still with a timeout remaining. It's Mitchell for 3. Loose ball to Redick, and that is going to do it.
Good win.
Indeed. Jimmy Butler's home debut is a success.
Make no doubt about it, the buzz is back in full. The best of the best. The greatest Hornets of all time returning tonight to Charlotte. It is a special evening in Uptown. Tonight, the Philadelphia 76ers, they come a-calling. It is the 76ers and your Charlotte Hornets. Kemba working that baseline. Finds Cody thinking about a triple.
He's got to take that shot. He's got to keep Embiid.
Oh, Jimmy Butler ahead of the pack.
Simmons over the top. Good pass right there. But Cody's got to keep Embiid honest and make him think about coming out of that painted area. He's just going to stay down and protect any kind of dribble drive from the Hornets tonight.
Butler left alone. Always been really good on the baseline.
He was open actually well before he got the ball. And then there was a bounce pass from the inbounds player to get it to him. I thought it threw his rhythm off a little bit, but no defender there. He was able to double clutch and knock it down.
Steal by Jimmy Butler. Anticipated that pass. And Butler draws the foul and makes the shot. Nick, a little bit short. Hornets don't have a field goal so far from either of their forwards, Batum or Marvin. Redick. J.J. Redick makes it right in front of the Hornets bench, and Jay Borrego wants a timeout. Mike Muscala. It's a kick in the pants.
He missed every 3 taken tonight. Bad.
And Bridges just lost it underneath the basket. Butler, veteran play. Oh my. And the continuation, it'll be a 3-point opportunity for Jimmy Butler after the Hornets missed a golden opportunity on the other end. Butler's used to making big shots, big situations. This time a big assist, he finds Ben Simmons. Embiid. This will be bonus free throws. Tied at 108. 35.4 on the game clock. Let's see if they can go quick. Kemba's blitzed, lost it. Stolen away by Simmons. Embiid is fouled. The difference between game clock and shot clock is 3 seconds.
Well, that's why you go 2 for 1 early. In case you miss, you still have an opportunity to tie or win this game.
A 2 ties, a 3 gives the Hornets the lead. Kemba draws the contact. He'll go to the free throw line. 2 beauties. 2 perfectos. And we're tied at 110. Butler acquired earlier this week. 4 seconds. 3. Tough chance. Overtime. Redick, long 2. Bridges the steal. Kemba the other way. He's got Bacon. Huge shot. Offensive rebound. Shot clock only resets to 14. Lamb to the rim. Got bombed. And he made it. How do you do? Beauty. And we're tied at 119. Used to be Robert Covington on Kemba late in games. Now it's Jimmy Butler. Kemba off balance. Butler saved it. What a tremendous defensive play by Jimmy Butler. And Philadelphia calls timeout.
Will they bring a screen up? Oh, it's his game.
Tough chance. And he made it. Hornets going to have to hope for a miracle, a 3-quarter court miracle. Jimmy Butler, who has been with the Philadelphia 76ers for 5 days, just hit a game-ending dagger.
For Brett Brown, Jimmy Butler, Wilson Chandler, Joel Embiid up front, J.J. Redick and Ben Simmons in the backcourt. Jimmy Butler has shot only 5 of 15 against New Orleans the other night. That doesn't minimize his effect on the court. Meantime, the Sixers 0 for 3 and 2 turnovers their last 5 trips. Jimmy Butler is an answer for that. Jimmy Butler hits another 3. He has 8. The assist to Ben Simmons is 3rd. Jimmy Butler back in form. He's got 10. That gives the Sixers 3 in double figure. Gorgeous move and finish by Simmons, who puts the Sixers up 4. Wilson Chandler, second hoop.
A high school coach used to call these worry games. All the factors that leading up to it has a coach worried, and tonight you walked in feeling that way.
Well, Cavaliers threw that one into the backcourt. Jimmy Butler tracked it down. Good hustle by him. He's got a dozen.
Smith, of course, the St. Benedict's prep product from Newark, New Jersey, played for Danny Hurley.
Jimmy Butler buries the 3. Simmons after the turnover. A plunging Butler who lays it too. Good vision from Simmons, his 8th assist. The Sixers go back up 4 for Butler. Points 17 and 18. Butler, it is for 2, and Jimmy looking good tonight on the offensive end. He's 8 of 14, give him 20. He has scored 10 of the 20 here in the 3rd. Butler cruising in, and he's fouled. Andrew Harrison, I believe, grabbing him. Should be 2 at the line for Jimmy. Final score, the Cleveland Cavaliers, who average just over 103 points with 121 tonight. Nets overall 8 and 12 on the season. That was Crabbe trying to draw the whistle. And he is filling in for Karis LeVert. Butler all the way to the cup for 2. Well done by Jimmy Butler. Again, he tweaked that ankle Friday at Cleveland. None the worse for that.
Well, it's got to be a little bit more relaxing or comforting mentally, if you will, with TJ, knowing that those minutes are going to be there for you. Now you can prepare as opposed to coming into the arena and guessing.
Rondae Hollis-Jefferson, just his 2nd 3 of the year in 15 tries.
Well, what they do is shoot threes. He was in a spot where they expected to go up. He shot it.
Oh, by the way, Jimmy Butler gets the 3 back. He is, by the way, the Sixers' best 3-point shooter, including his time with Minnesota at 39%. Shamet for three. Got it. Only the third three for the Sixers in 16 attempts. It does leave nearly 5 seconds separating the clocks. Russell. Butler all over him. Got it done. D'Angelo Russell probably feels like he can't miss at this point. It seemingly hasn't.
He feels that way because he hasn't seen him miss in a while. Russell right now is streaky no more.
Back doors open for Butler. Compliments of Ben Simmons.
Look how upset Coach Atkinson is on that simple two-point play. Just upset about the defensive breakdown.
Butler thinking about a three. Steps in again, and that time, knowing he was short, you put a little more arc on it, a little more something.
Yeah,
and it finds Twine.
Ben calling 40 was the first one down the floor. Jimmy didn't get a chance to see him and get it to him.
Butler, terrific hustle. He knew the contact was coming. And a heady play by Jimmy Butler. Get himself to the line. It's going to be 3 at the line. Compliments of Joe Harris. Butler making his way in on Dudley. Got it done. Jimmy Butler. Here the Sixers out of the timeout. They get Butler the corner three, and he drills it. Jimmy Butler with a timely three out of the timeout, and the Sixers are down 10. Chandler thinking three. Butler for three. Yes! Jimmy Butler 3 of 4 from beyond. As we saw moments ago, Butler and Embiid among the leading scorers in the NBA in the fourth quarter. He makes it a 7-point game. Oh, wow. D'Angelo Russell with 38. Butler a tough 2. Jimmy Butler coming up large here in the fourth quarter. He has 26. Dinwiddie for 3. Dinwiddie a season high 29. His career high 31.
Sixers that time allowing just one pass to beat them offensively. Not an intricate offensive scheme, just a pass.
Right now, Jimmy Butler keeping the Sixers afloat. Butler with the steal. Here come the Sixers. Redick. Got it off and in. J.J. Redick, on a night where he struggled, cans the runner, and it's most definitely a game now. The Sixers down 4 thanks to a 9-0 outburst. Dinwiddie with Embiid looming. Harris, good defense by the Sixers. Harris short, and Embiid ensures possession. Here are the Sixers down 4. Simmons. Oh, what a look for Butler, who slams for 2. And it's a 2-point game. Butler adding to his Sixers season high at 31. His overall season high 33. Russell all the way in. The Sixers converge, and that means Allen is free for the putback. Embiid thinking 3. Runs it up on Allen and throws it down. Boy, all the Nets are looking for a travel. They're not going to get it. And again, it's a 2-point affair. Joel now with 29. D'Angelo Russell sitting on 38 for 3. The rebound gathered in by Embiid. A league-leading 20th double-double. Sixers can tie or go ahead with a 3. Their last lead, 2-0.
Good for J.J. weak side.
Redick. Yes! J.J. Redick hits the 3, and the Sixers with their first lead since they led 2-0. Redick on Russell. Leads it. Harris for 3. Harris's first 3, give him 9. Sixers down to deuce. Embiid in deep. Yes! And a foul! Embiid 32 and 12 boards. Dinwiddie against Redick. Wow, we are on the seesaw here in the guts of the game. Redick thinking 3, that's for 2, in and out. Mad scramble on the floor, and Embiid in the thick of it. We're gonna have a jump ball. Butler had it, and Embiid secures it. Shot clock unplugged. Sixers down 1 and a timeout. Brett Brown. Here is Butler. They isolate him like they did in Charlotte. Jimmy Butler with a game on the line, thinking 3. Butler for the lead. Yes! Jimmy Butler did it again!
Well, you take a look at this again. You're down one. You don't even need a three. Nonetheless, for good measure, from long distance, dialing it up. The new addition, bringing it on home. That's a tough step back. You mentioned it, partner. We've seen this play before. Charlotte, redub.
Damari Carroll will trigger the play.
That did when he hit the basket.
Oh, and it's stolen by Simmons, and that'll do it. Ben Simmons ending all the drama, and the Sixers win it. Jimmy Butler once again on the guts of the game, coming up large. Leads the Sixers with 34, hits one of his 5 threes with 0.4 of a second to go, and the Sixers end up winning it by 2, 127 to 125. For Brett Brown, Jimmy Butler, Wilson Chandler, Joel Embiid up front, J.J. Redick and Ben Simmons will be the guards. Beal and Butler glued to him in the strip of Bradley Beal.
Nice hands from Jimmy Butler.
Simmons all the way to the cup. Boy, Ben Simmons. It felt like 3 or 4 strides, and suddenly he was from one end to the other. Wall short of Redick. Wall, you always have to watch his penetration. That's what he wants to do.
When you can see how JJ was almost daring him, backpedaling, so John wouldn't get that penetration.
Ben Simmons is fouled. Chandler, one of those guys really not noticed during the game, and then all of a sudden you look at the stat sheet, it gives you solid numbers and good physical play.
It's not going to hurt you, as coaches would say.
Boy, Redick, the fake to Embiid, who pulled down the offensive rebound and put it back. Joel Embiid capping an 8-0 push after the Wizards scored the first 4 points of the game, as Embiid gets 2 more at the other end.
Probably one of the tougher shots he's taken tonight, JoJo, able to knock that one down over Bryant.
Embiid freelancing defensively as Redick tries to deal with Wall, and Joel comes up with a miss. He's 4th in the NBA in rebounds per game. That was Simmons between the legs. Embiid, a pretty assisted Simmons, loving it as Embiid drills the 3. 7 quick points for Joel, and the Sixers by 6. Meantime, to your earlier point about Oubre, hits the 3.
Yeah, he did not have that in Lawrence.
Yeah, indeed. And Butler, with his head up, hit the cutting J.J. Redick. Connell off the Oubre miss.
Sixers really intent on pushing it.
Nicely done, McConnell, setting Ben Simmons free to do his thing. Ben with 6. Nicely done by TJ. Sixers right now their largest lead at 9. Nice spot by Simmons for Butler. Boy, the Sixers, an awesome job sharing the basketball here in the first. Satoransky, good defense by McConnell and Embiid, ensuring no further damage.
No foul from TJ, allowing JoJo to do his job, rim protection.
Chandler a second bucket, and here's Butler.
It's hard with Otto Porter, who's not even in the lineup right now.
Embiid squeezing inside on Mahimi and getting 2 of his 10, and he's got 9 rebounds already here in the first half. Well, Joel Embiid already with a double-double, Ala, 3 minutes into the second quarter.
He's got 22 double-doubles, and that leads
How
the
about
league.
McConnell? He turns it over and took it back. Chandler for 3. How about that, Wilson Chandler? And Wall comes up with another steal. This is not good. Sixers turnover issues. It's a Beal 3. And the rebound is Simmons. Sixers right now just need a hoop.
That's a good offensive exchange for the Wizards.
Nice spot, Simmons, for the plunging Butler. Butler against Beal. Got it done. Jimmy with 8. Landry Shamet. Now he's got to hustle back defensively. Beal again. He's looking for the foul, getting no love from the official.
He shied away from the contact. You can't land and then ask for a foul.
Oh, Simmons, the sleight of hand. Ben is 3 for 3. He's got 8 points. And the Sixers, a little more separation now.
You're a medium, right? I got you. I'll get you a large.
That'll be too big. I'll be swimming in that.
But it's more ugly. That's why I'm doing it. You want to show that ugly.
Boy, Embiid in no man's land. No man can stop him, including Markieff Morris, and does all he can to do so, but he found him.
Ready to shoot.
Yep. Always ready to shoot. Landry Shamet, that's his role. The rookie out of Wichita State. Jeff Green has been quiet offensively. Had Muscala on him that time, and he buried it. His first shot he's taken.
Well, he can score, and he can score in bunches. We talked about, again, that Cavalier game last year when he was in Cleveland. Wow.
Ben Simmons finished the job. Compliments of Furkan Korkmaz. And he'll go to the line looking for one more. Wow, indeed.
He likes that. And the defender coming over to interject. Looks like he got a piece of it. Ben still able to catch it. Yes, there's the foul right there on the left arm. Ben strong enough to finish.
He's also 3 for 3 from the line. So 11, 7, and 7 assists for Simmons. Oubre Jr. met by Embiid. Sixers try to lock all windows and doors. They heave by Wall. And a 24-second shot clock violation on the Washington Wizards. Embiid, here's the double by Wall. Identified beautifully. They swing to Chandler. Boy, Embiid dragged down a man en route to grabbing that offensive rebound. And Joel will help himself to 2. Oubre challenging Embiid. Joel standing tall, getting a healthy piece of the rock there. And now we have a whistle and a Washington loose ball foul. Butler for 3. Got it. Jimmy, his first 3 of the night.
Beal now becoming, in my opinion, nearly a complete player.
Came an all-star last year. Certainly recognized for that as Embiid had it blocked, got it back, and scored it. Joel Embiid, his persistence overcoming Washington's resistance. 14 and 14 boards for Joel. That's Beal again. They get 15 rebounds for Embiid. Sixers leading by 24 points, their largest lead. Simmons adding 2 more to that. Ben Simmons hasn't missed a shot tonight. 5 for 5. He's got 13, 8 boards, and 8 assists, and will take a timeout. Beal had a plunging Jeff Green, unfinished business for him. Redick got it. That was for 2 for Redick, who's got a dozen.
This is a transition for them.
Nice drive and finish by Redick, who's looking for the call from Tom Washington, but his whistle's silent. And Washington, they're going to be challenged here to get over 100 themselves as McConnell got all the way to the hoop. Compliments of Ben Simmons. The Sixers will win back-to-back games by 25 or more for the first time since March of 2008. With only 9 players playing at Memphis last month, the 76ers gave the Grizzlies all they could handle. In a game that featured 9 lead changes, Garrett Temple's late 3 would send it into overtime. Then the Grizzlies' Mike Conley would continue his history of hurting the Sixers, 2 of his game-high 32. But now, the Sixers are at Wells Fargo Center, where they look to sweep a 3-game homestand. The last of 2 meetings with Memphis coming up on NBC Sports Philadelphia, home of the authentic band. Talk about 3-point shooting. Here you go. About a half minute to go the other night in Brooklyn. Memphis is down 7. Jaren Jackson Jr., the rookie who just hit that 3, had a 4-point play, then hit a 3 later on to send the game into overtime, where the Grizzlies finally prevailed.
And interesting because he was highly touted in the draft, but then when the Sixers played them earlier in the season in Memphis, he really didn't do much of anything, kind of just disappeared in the mix. So to see him right now asserting himself, a little bit new, but for us, we always knew he was capable of it.
Scala off the miss by Jaren Jackson. Comes in at 36% from beyond. That's right around the NBA average. And Simmons and Butler, well, they continue to develop chemistry. Like Brown talking earlier without Wilson Chandler. Ben Simmons playing some power forward. He's out there right now. As Jimmy Butler is able to get a second bucket. In the paint, the other end is JaMychal Green.
That's a nice touch pass from Kyle Anderson as well. Green and him on the same page.
Jimmy Butler got it done. Again, Kyle Anderson victimized. Garrett Temple back into the game. Good defensive player all over. Another good defensive player. In fact, a great two-way player is Jimmy Butler, who connects again. So Butler now with 8, coming in second on the team in scoring, averaging just under 20. Embiid dribbles it out. Butler gave it up. Might have had a layup. It's a Muscala 3, and down it goes for the Moose. Compliments at Jimmy Butler. Sixers with 1 point so far here in the final quarter. Butler leaping forward, gets 2 with the left hand. Jimmy, the fourth Sixer in double figures with 10. Redick. Well, and I think Simmons is thinking he's going to take the 3. He saved it to Butler. Jimmy to the cup. Got it done. Ben Simmons thinking, you know what, JJ, take the 3. Oops, I'm rolling to the hoop. There's the pass for me. I better save it. Redick thinking 3, can't get it off. Butler with 4 to shoot. Mack draped on him. Jimmy Butler for 2. Got it! Butler, a terrific fourth quarter all around. He's got 21. Conley the heave, and that should do it. The Sixers will go 6-0 now when they hold the opponent under 100 points, and they have held the last 3 opponents under 100 for the first time since February of last year. They tied a season high, winning their 4th straight.
It's been all access all day here in this beautiful city of Toronto, the city that currently has the team with the best record in the NBA, the 20-5 Toronto Raptors. And the Scotiabank Arena will be packed tonight as the Raptors will square off against one of the other elite teams from the East, the 17-8 Philadelphia 76ers. Redick finds Jimmy Butler. Butler's first shot of the night is good. Butler, since coming over, very efficient shooting, 49% from the field, 45% from 3. Ibaka from outside. Toronto shooting just 5 of 16 from the field. Simmons, oh, beautiful look from Simmons down to Butler.
By his vision at that size and ability to adjust with bodies around him, Simmons is truly extraordinary, Mike. Imagine when he starts making mid-range jumpers.
Butler, nice misdirection, gets inside, backs it home.
Just so smart. He sees OG gets top side, and that opened up the baseline drive. Help wasn't home.
Butler,
Oh my!
and a foul, and one.
That's how strong Butler is. Here's a guy we've seen many a game against the Toronto Raptors where he gets into the lane and he can create, take contact, and just find a way to score in midair. And Siakam's a tough, long defender. That was not an easy shot.
Shamet gets free. Back out Joel Embiid. Embiid tries again from outside. Won't go. Simmons the rebound. Back out Butler. Good open look. That's good. Butler 2 for 2 from downtown. 4th three-pointer for Philadelphia. Butler stripped by Lowry. Gets it back again. Both the stars. Good second effort staying with the play.
I love it. That is Kyle Lowry right there trying to dig out a possession in the post.
Jimmy Butler answers right back with a 3.
And JJ Redick continues to be not moving incredibly well here.
Butler jump shot. That's good. He's become not just a big-time scorer, an efficient big-time scorer. That was close to a travel. Butler, but I think that one was legal. The crowd reacted. Butler gets inside, and Jimmy Butler's got 25. Nice pass inside. Butler moving without the ball. Brown also said what surprised him about Jimmy Butler, he's such a willing passer. And a good one. Simmons can't get it. Embiid on the follow. Excuse me, Butler on the follow. Butler being chased by Leonard. Jimmy Butler pull-up jumper. That's good. Butler with his second field goal here in the 4th quarter.
Jimmy gets another drive to go.
Butler with the steal. Redick finds Embiid. Philly still attacking. Redick finds Butler. Little fake to get rid of Lowry, who slips and falls, and Jimmy Butler hits the 3.
Jimmy Butler continues to percolate in the 4th quarter. He's trying to give his team a chance here.
Jimmy Butler drives on Lowry. And Butler adds to his total. And gets him back within 11, though. And the Raptors can dribble this one out. Another win for Toronto. A league best 21-5, including 11-3 at home as they dominate down the stretch. and defeat the 76ers led by their new star, Kawhi Leonard.
Ben Simmons and J.J. Redick, the guards for Philly. Jimmy Butler with Benton Harbor's Wilson Chandler, and the ex-Piston Amir Johnson up front. Joel Embiid being rested tonight. He's not hurt, he's resting. That 6'10" point guard Gregory talked about in his game plan. Ben Simmons with a bounce to Jimmy Butler. Butler guarded by Bruce Brown. Stop, fires, fills it. Deadly from there.
You know, with the starting lineup with Brown in there, I think that's really for defensive purposes.
A block on Reggie Jackson by Jimmy Butler. Simmons scores inside. It's 4-0 Philly. Jimmy Butler against Bruce Brown. Wilson Chandler puts it on the deck, turns, fires, fills it up. Nice one-on-one play. Free throws fell. Wilson Chandler counters on the other end with a triple. Langston Galloway misfires. Muscala boards it for T.J. McConnell. Nice bounce to the basket, cutting Jimmy Butler. That could get him going. 21 seconds now to play in the first. Muscala right down the middle.
Good shooter.
Drains it from downtown. Confident.
He's outscoring his counterpart right now at this point in the game. Bruce Brown has more points than Jimmy Butler.
Butler gets to the basket. He created a little contact and got the call.
And you know, some of the girls have never had actual true basketball shooters. And now they do. Thanks to John.
45-43 Pistons. Muscala misses. Jimmy Butler gets it back. Wilson Chandler fires and fills it. That's a triple for Chandler. Simmons on top. Shovels to Jimmy Butler. Butler to the basket, lays it up. No, but there's contact and a foul. Pistons by 4. Butler to the basket. Jimmy Butler now with a dozen. Redick cross courts to Jimmy Butler. Butler to the baseline, fires and fills it with Bruce Brown in his face. Glenn Robinson squares up and guns. It won't go. Rebound tap to Redick. They get it right in the hands of Simmons. Finds Jimmy Butler, rises and guns, and it goes. A triple for Jimmy Butler, and it's a 9-point game. Jimmy Butler against Bruce Brown again. Fighting him on the shot is Bruce Brown, and he'll finally be called for the foul. Reggie Jackson, forecourt long gun, no. Rebound tapped out by Simmons, and he controls it. Bounces to Jimmy Butler, lays it up, plays it in.
Did that with one eye closed. Simmons got poked.
Jimmy Butler looking for daylight, finds some, running Glasser goes. And it's now an 18-3 run after a 15-point lead, and the score is tied at 76. Gala all over him. He will jack it up. It is off iron.
Don't want to get the standing right now. That's the wrong time here to get your offense stagnant. They need that movement that helps them score so efficiently in the first half.
Butler to Simmons for a score. Jimmy Butler with the assist. Butler backing in. Glasser good. Count it. And a foul. The foul's on Langston Galloway. Butler topside to Muscala. Muscala with the drive, tried to scoop it, lost it. Butler gets it back, buries it. Jimmy Butler with an ad-lib play from the baseline. He has 30. It's a 3-point Piston lead. Jimmy Butler comes to get it against Bruce Brown. Butler from the elbow, hits it. Nothing but spring music there for Jimmy Butler. He has 32. Philly by 3. Jimmy Butler to the basket. Double clutch miss. But he drew a foul. Make it 34.
Go back to the technical. They're saying that Blake elbowed Butler in the head after the play had ended.
Philly way up. Butler with a dunk after Blake got one free throw. But Philadelphia wins it 117 to 111.
Somewhere Joe Tate is just shaking his head. Oh, that's a tease of all teas as we get set for matinee basketball here downtown. Cavaliers taking on the Sixers as they faced them, of course, a few weeks ago, stunning the Sixers at Wells Fargo. Today, they return engagement, and Ante Zizic steps into the fire. He'll be getting the starting nod in the middle against one of the best in the business at the pivot position, Joel Embiid.
Burks flips it up. No. Rebound knocked away by Butler. Seems to be running fine, Butler. Simmons, that's where he's so dangerous. Into Embiid running.
Yeah, you can see him when they started out that way. Embiid got in that lane, and Simmons knew exactly who to deliver to.
Chandler over the top to Embiid. No double team help coming. Embiid took advantage.
Yeah, because Andy didn't want to get that quick foul. Not much he could do there.
Embiid trying to sell that three. Now takes a mid-ranger and hits. He's got a nice jump shot. Always has since he came out of the University of Kansas after 1 year. 21 points for the Cavalier bench so far. Clarkson, though, on the turnover. O'Connell on the steal. Butler put it down the strike. And he'll look for the and one. Which becomes a free agent in the offseason. Is not committed. He says, I do like Philadelphia. I like it here. I like the organization. And, of course, can make a lot more money if he does stay with these guys. Can sign a 5-year extended contract worth $190 million if he does so. Embiid inside. How about that shot?
Whoa, boy, that took a lot of skill to do that. He had to barely touch the backboard to keep that ball in the rim.
Embiid run off the spot, so he puts it on the deck and gets inside with some dexterity.
Well, he got lucky that time because he lost the ball, but he's able to get it back.
Butler to Muscala on the cuts. When he played with the Atlanta Hawks prior to coming to the Sixers. Broken nose earlier this season in a practice session. Simmons attacking Burks, who stayed in front of him. Good D. Made him kick it out to Butler, and he fires for three. So Jimmy Butler now starting to get it going a little bit. He's got 7 all in the quarter. The Sixers plus 11 in rebounding. Ante Zizic crashed inside. No foul. Cavs keep it. 11 on the shot clock.
They let you attack you.
Korkmaz looking over the top. Didn't like what he saw. As Embiid tried to post up. Now he does. Now to the Cavs. Do they double him when he puts it on the floor? Instead, he pulls up and hits it. That's what makes him so tough.
Yeah, because he saw the double coming, and he's, oh, I better shoot this one. He's good enough to make that shot.
Butler steps into one. Front iron it, and then got the bounce.
My goodness.
So Jimmy Butler was 10 points the hard way there.
That ball bounced everywhere.
68-61. Ready, keeping that dribble alive. Embiid crushed it. So Joel Embiid with 18 now. Coming off that 40-point game against Indiana the other night, as the Pacers won that fourth quarter to pick up the victory. Sexton, I think, anticipated a cut by Burks. Instead, Butler makes him pay.
Boy, they don't hesitate. They take advantage of mistakes.
That's just a turnover.
Oh, boy.
This can't happen. This communication. Pocket concentration there. Chandler bolts inside. And they're going to count the bucket. Looking for the and one. Rodney Hood against the ball pressure. Simmons off the bounce. Too firm. Ready-made break for Redick and friends. Here comes Butler cruising in. And the Cavaliers getting beat in transition. Sexton rejecting that screen. Ball volleyball out of there by Jimmy Butler, who was just laying in the weeds there. Embiid still has his dribble. Jab stepping and finishes inside. Just so big down there. And Joel Embiid now with 20. Here comes TJ McConnell up top to Embiid, who scores it. So just like that, the Sixers get back into control, leading by 10. Butler sends it and hits it. Oh, what a shooter he has made himself. Coming out of Marquette when a lot of people just didn't think he'd be much of an offensive threat. He's made himself into a two-way all-star. Down deep, an easy one for Embiid. As they've had their way, particularly in this fourth quarter. Final score, the 76ers win going away 128-105 as they even the season series with the Cavaliers at one apiece, as both road teams have picked up the win so far. And again, we'll meet them one more time in Philadelphia.
From the Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia, it's time for New York Knicks basketball, presented by Chase, as the Knickerbockers visit the Philadelphia 76ers. Second visit of the season to Philly. The first one was not a fun one. Knicks were blown out in a wire-to-wire victory for Philly. A chance for redemption tonight on the road.
Jimmy Butler, his third game back after missing 2 with a groin injury, and his offensive numbers down a bit of late. Good to see him on that first touch, getting the bucket. And so Jimmy Butler showing some aggression early. Half a second for the Knicks. Forget that. Right to Simmons, and here come the Sixers. Butler with a head of steam, and the New York Knicks just standing around as Butler had a clear alleyway to the hoop.
Butler drives and gets to the rim easily. Knicks struggling defensively, to say the least. 17-12 to score as Sixers have hit 8 of 10. As Redick gets inside, Dotson trying to close on him, but Redick finishes.
How about Redick scoring inside the paint? I got to be honest, though. I think it's Boston's East to lose. Still, I think they're going to be in the NBA Finals. I really do.
Even with Toronto.
Yeah, I just think once you get in a playoff situation and scenario, they've been together through tough games. And this Toronto team with Nick Nurse, who's a new coach, and now implementing some new players, I just don't think they're ready to go to the finals.
Butler to Simmons. In terms of starting five, the Sixers are tremendous. If they pick up a couple of bench players, they can then obviously increase. It's hard to tell until the trading deadline passes and to see what contenders help themselves.
No question.
Butler goes right at Cantor. Layup, banks it home with the left hand. 13 for Butler.
That's the way to do it. You just go impromptu. You speak from the heart. Just draw on your old emotions as a player, and it comes out.
Muscala hits the three. Phillies lead back up to 11. Cantor backs in, reverse. Simmons throws it ahead. Butler mauled by Hardaway. Tim Hardaway will pick up his second.
I'm very impressed by the Sixers, how hard they cut. When a play is called for you, you can see play. Like, there's an example. Jimmy Butler. Hard cutting just puts so much pressure on the defense.
The city of Boston aglow at night, and welcome everyone to TD Garden for the Sixers and the Celtics. Those two teams conjure up images and names of some of the great rivalries ever to play in the NBA. Russell, Chamberlain, Irving, Bird, and a lot of anticipation here today on Christmas night as the Celtics take on the 76ers. Welcome to an NBA Christmas special presented by State Farm, continuing tonight from Boston.
Irving trying to guard Butler, and Butler put him in the hole. That's the way to finish. Make yourself feel good, and if they foul you, get to the line, make the foul shot.
Horford left wide open. And here comes Simmons. Been a quiet day for Simmons, but he gets an assist there to Butler.
All right, at the end of the quarter, Butler was 1 for 7. Simmons was 1 for 2. You can't have your two guys out of your top 4 scorers. You got to get them going.
Butler got it back from Embiid. A little good two-man game there, and Butler perhaps getting his rhythm now with a couple of buckets.
Well, I like that. I like the fact that they are trying to get him going here in this quarter.
Butler with the 3, and he knocks it down. He's got 9 and starting to percolate here in the second quarter. Jimmy Butler knocking down his first jumper of the third quarter.
Well, this is a good sign. Butler now has 11 points. He's 5 for 12 in the game. They have him going, and he's feeling good.
Simmons off the feed from Butler, and we're tied at 59. Stevens calls timeout, and here come the 76ers. Butler rising up and gets it to fall in the paint.
Right now, Butler, Embiid, and Riddick have 51 of the 61 points.
Good dime inside by Simmons to Butler.
Now, he put that bounce through a keyhole. The defender was there. Great bounce pass to Butler.
Largest lead of the game for Boston. Landry Shamet. He has been, as I mentioned, a very pleasant surprise for the 76ers this year, averaging a little over 8 points per game out of Wichita State.
He can shoot. This guy can shoot, make the threes.
Jimmy Butler pops open from downtown and made Boston pay that time. Butler up to 22 points on a very efficient 8 of 15.
Butler intercepted that lob.
And McConnell almost lost the handle.
Get there.
Muscala from deep.
There you go.
It's nothing but net. And look at this. The bench coming alive. And they knocked the game at 81 with 2:27 to go in the third. They screen Butler. Irving got into the lane. Butler seemed to get a piece of it.
No, the hesitation. The hesitation got the step. And that's when he hesitated, Butler was coming, and then he made that big step, caught him.
Butler out to Embiid. Thought about the three. 2 on the clock. Rebound Chandler blocked by Tatum. Wow, what a play. Irving off a couple of screens. Into the paint again. They forced the miss.
No, he played him well. That was a tough shot.
Butler in transition. Back to Chandler. In rhythm. Why not? Wilson Chandler. Not Butler, not Embiid, not Simmons, but Chandler with the big bucket. Butler with dogged defense on Irving. Kyrie kept his dribble alive. Tough shot. Uncle Drew with another one.
Let me tell you, that was a raindrop. What a tough shot. Butler was right on top of him.
The Sixers can get the last one. Tied at 108. Simmons out front, guarded by Morris. Redick for the lead. And we're going to go to overtime. Marcus Smart laying way off Simmons. Butler raising up to make the catch. Fires on the baseline. Hits nothing but net. Bottom for Butler.
Now that was a tough shot.
And it's a 4-point lead for Philadelphia. Embiid, slick pass inside. Simmons blocked. Got it back and out to Chandler. Tatum with the board.
That's a bad missed opportunity.
The lob, Hayward, and the finish.
In this league, you miss an opportunity at a layup, the team scores in 3 to 4 seconds. Why? I have no idea, but it happens all the time.
Hayward left it short on the rim.
He had good movement, though. Good shot.
He showed a lot of explosiveness on that previous play. Foul on Tatum.
It's all right. You say that's a wrap-up. Force them to make the foul shots.
Irving for 3. Yes! And the lead.
I really like that. The way they set that up by getting Tatum on the right-hand side of the floor. Irving then had the screen by Horford. He could have done a number of things.
Butler. 1 on the clock. They got to shoot it. Redick forced to throw one up.
Good rebound. Look out here.
Irving for 3. Wow! Wow! Uncle Drew strikes again. Simmons with a head of steam. Missed a wild one.
Oh, that didn't even touch rim. There it
Tatum.
Is.
Up and down they go. Frantic.
Remember what I said? You missed the layup at one end of the floor. Now that would have been a hard driving layup. Within 3 to 4 seconds, there they are on the line.
Tatum knocks down both. The Boston Celtics win their 2nd in a row, defeating the 76ers to remain perfect in overtime this year.
Game night, Salt Lake City, Utah. We welcome you on this Thursday night, 2nd of our doubleheader. It's been a snow globe here today in Salt Lake City. Vivint Smart Home Arena, all lit up for the holidays. The NBA on TNT is presented by State Farm. The Philadelphia 76ers on the road, coming from Boston to take on the Utah Jazz. 52-win season a year ago.
Well, as Brett Brown will talk, he says cohesion, trying to find that chemistry between the big three as Jimmy Butler flies in for the alley-oop.
Simmons set him up perfectly.
Coach Snyder told me today, he said, we just forgot who we are to start the season, and Joe Ingles sort of echoed the same sentiment. He said, we thought we could just come in here and be the same team we were last year that made it to the 2nd round of the playoffs.
Maybe a little too unselfish in his early stages with the Sixers. Boy, there you go, right on cue. Up and over, Gobert, Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler hits one over Joe Ingles.
And the Rookie of the Year debate from last season continues on tonight as Donovan Mitchell faces off against Ben Simmons. And you can't help but notice that when Ben Simmons goes to the free throw line, there's signs right behind him, and the signs say Ben Simmons for Rookie of the Year in 2019, 2020, 2021, and 2022.
Right. Goes again, fakes it, gives it up. Redick for 3. Simmons gets the offensive rebound. And now Butler. Two-handed jam. And that might be the one that just sucked the rest of the air out of the balloon for the fans here at Utah.
Thoracic outlet
syndrome. It's a baseball injury, actually. It results in a shoulder impingement, shoulder discomfort. Butler on the breakaway.
So what, he's been throwing curveballs at practice? I mean,
it's like,
come on, man.
Happy New Year from Hollywood. It's Staples Center, home of the Grammys, and tonight the LA Clippers. After not playing Sunday night, Joel Embiid has been cleared to play tonight against a team that he has tortured before. But the Sixers will have their own issues dealing with LA's Tobias Harris, who is having a career season. The Sixers certainly in need of a bounce-back game, playing their fourth game in a season-long 5-game road trip. They will look to sweep the season series from the Clippers on the home of the authentic fan, NBC Sports Philadelphia. This is Avery Bradley, who has struggled this year. He's only 28, but he's averaging just under 8 points per game. His lowest average since his second year in the league.
Rebound, come on!
Butler gets inside and tips in his own miss. Jimmy Butler second on the Sixers in scoring, averaging just over 19. Simmons did shoot 62% in the month of November, tying a career high for him in a month. Red Brown going to his bench as Butler is clobbered on the play by Gallinari. And the good hard professional foul from Danilo will put Jimmy Butler to the line.
Looks like he's put on a few pounds. Nonetheless, Harrell still with that live body, quick off the floor, and he is brave when he attacks the rim. Got to be prepared for a confrontation.
Jimmy Butler, his second bucket, so already more points than he had the entire game the other night in Portland. He's got 7. Butler, boy, Beverly, good defensive player, was looking for a call. Embiid will line up a 3, and down it goes for Joel Embiid, eliciting the oohs and ahs for the crowd at Staples. He's got 18, his second 3 of the first half. Butler working it with Muscala, and the Moose in rhythm for 2. Butler against the second-year player Wallace, having his way. Jimmy Butler, his third bucket, give him 9.
Good ball movement. Chandler in the corner. Well, he's the one guy you figure is not going to hurt you much. Averages 6.5 points a ball game. Down the lane, exploding to the goal is Butler, and he gets fouled. He'll go to the line. Clippers just cannot guard him without fouling. Wide open, 3-ball. Line drive short. Simmons behind his back. Finds Butler for an easy 2.
Just too easy, though. Did a decent job of stopping Simmons in transition, but then you got to load to the paint, find guys.
Butler, 4 on the clock. Over Harrell. Oh, that's a big-time shot there, folks.
There's nothing you can do. That's just better offense.
Muscala, bingo. The big-time shot, but a big kid from Bucknell. Uh-oh, here we go again. Bradley being held back by Simmons. All of a sudden, these teams don't like each other.
Butler trying to screen him out.
Whoa. Double technical fouls. They're both ejected. So apparently both Bradley and Butler are through for the night.
No team in the NBA has been better at home. The 76ers 17-3 here at Wells Fargo Center. Last week, he played great. His team went 3-0. And so Joel Embiid is the Eastern Conference Player of the Week. Last week, Jimmy Butler missed consecutive games because of illness, but he is back and set to go tonight. With All-Star John Wall out for the year, Bradley Beal is bearing a heavy load for tonight's opponent, the Washington Wizards. All this as we present another authentic fan night tonight, winners of our latest contest getting the royal treatment. It is the home of the authentic fan, NBC Sports Philadelphia, the first in a back-to-back home-and-home with Washington as the Sixers look to tie a season high with their 4th consecutive win.
Jeff Green, a different proposition to post up against than what Ben has seen in the past couple of games.
Three on the way from Green, and he delivers from a number of starters at power forward this year for the Wizards.
Well, he's 6'9", he's 235, and he's all his career has defended with his back to the basket or facing up. Nice move.
Boy, against a good defensive player who is nailed to the floor. We're talking about Trevor Ariza. That is Simmons, who comes in 4th on the team in scoring, averaging just over 16. Nice extra pass by Butler to Simmons, who throws down 2. Well done by Jimmy Butler. Sixers here trying to lock all windows and doors as Satoransky unloads. Well done by the Sixers that time after relinquishing 4 threes to the Wizards earlier in the quarter.
Austin Rivers not on this team either. Now he's with Houston.
He is correct. He was part of that deal. Jimmy Butler getting himself a bucket. Of course, he has a slight height advantage on Bradley Beal, and he took him downstairs. Butler, a sprint to the hoop. You can count it and a foul. And Jimmy now will step to the stripe, searching for one more. So Jimmy Butler, in spite of the fact that he missed the previous 2 games, no issues. He caps an 8-0 run, and the Sixers now 3 of 5 from beyond. And we have 20-20 vision. And Butler now in charge of Beal. That's going to make it tougher for him. Look at Jimmy. Did he come up with a steal? He did, and he'll solo. Well done by Butler. Boy, the Sixers a lot better defensively than they were in the opening minutes of this game, and now they have a lead for the first time. Butler tipped it away.
Good active hands. Nice pass.
Yep, indeed. Simmons had a wide open Butler, and Jimmy has been terrific. He's got 11 points on 5 of 5 from the floor. Washington here with a fresh 24. In and out for Jeff Green. McConnell, there it is for Butler. Well done by TJ. Another alley-oop for him, and Butler is 6 for 6 for his 15 points. Butler combining with Simmons. You know, the two had a lengthy discussion about something heading to the last timeout huddle. And obviously it benefited because Simmons was open and Butler found him for his 3rd assist. By the way, in signing Highsmith, the Sixers waived Demetrius Jackson, who signed with a professional team in China.
Basketball over there about as popular as it has ever been in China. A number of different Americans have gone over.
That's a nice look, Simmons, for the plunging Butler. And Jimmy will go to the line looking for one more as the Sixers continue to pull away from Washington. 28 for Beal. Butler taking Decker all the way to the cup. No problem for Jimmy Butler, who has shot the ball extremely well tonight. 8 of 9. He has 20 points to pace the Sixers. For the 76ers, home is where the wins have been. At 18-3, they have the best home mark in the NBA. Ben Simmons up there in the All-Star fan voting as he hopes to play this year in Charlotte as a first-timer. And then there's forward Jimmy Butler. He has been an All-Star each of the last 4 years. You can vote not once, but twice tonight at NBA.com or Google. And at the same time, watch them all perform. They'll be taking on the Atlanta Hawks on NBC Sports Philadelphia, home of the authentic fan. Ben Simmons, 4th on the team in scoring, combining with Jimmy Butler, as Butler is fouled en route to the hoop by Herter, and he will go to the line.
Fouls on Kevin Herter. That's his first. Team's first.
There's Muscala lining up on 3, and he drained it. Mike Muscala, Sixers got him in a trade with the Atlanta Hawks during the offseason, and that involved Justin Anderson. Simmons off the miss by Herter, his 4th rebound already, so Simmons doing it all, and a nice spot by Ben that time for a leaking Jimmy Butler, and for Butler, his first bucket. Herter for 3, and he delivers. He's been battling along with Landry Shamet, Frank Johnson for the top spot among rookies and 3-point percentage. He comes in at 37%, making him their best as Butler goes to the glass for a 2nd bucket in as many attempts. Butler, the setup of Muscala, who drains it. It's a good night for Mike Muscala to have a good night.
And you can tell how he's feeling it right now because he didn't immediately rush the lane worried about Jimmy's follow-up. He just spotted up along the baseline in case Jimmy found him.
Butler making his way inside. Jimmy Butler, his 3rd bucket. And he has 10 now. He's past the halfway point of the second. EJ Redick missing the 3, but Jimmy Butler had his back. Butler We'll give him a steal for this one. Trailed by Bembry. He can forget it. Jimmy Butler started that chain of events, forcing yet another Atlanta turnover. Redick, who struggled in that first half. Muscala, nice look for Butler. That's the nice extra pass to Simmons. Well done by everybody. Herter, his third three. Blocked at 61.
He just easily plays the game, doesn't he? Lets it come to him.
Meantime, Jonah Bolden only his fourth three of the season, his 23rd attempt at it. Butler got it done, and a foul. Butler escaping, meeting up with Collins, another hard foul, and Butler took the brunt of that one, falling hard to the wood. Meantime, out of the timeout, Ben Simmons, his 11th assist. Jimmy Butler, the beneficiary, he's got 25.
Far away from the bucket for Ben. You want it closer.
Oh, wow, and what a finish by Butler. Beautifully done between those two, and one more at the line. Jimmy's dunk compliments of that guy, Ben Simmons, his 13th assist. Simmons has Bembry. Instead, it's Butler against the taller Collins, and he got it done. Jimmy Butler, a gigantic basket for the Sixers, give him 30, and the Sixers go up 3. Justin Anderson into the game to guard Jimmy Butler. They throw a double team at him. Butler trying to get it off. He did, and he was fouled in the act with 2.4 to go. So Jimmy Butler, who is 12 for 12 from the line and 83.5% for the season, will try to tie it. Oh, need a rebound. Oh, Chandler, no, he missed it, and the game is over. Chandler had an opportunity, couldn't convert, and the Sixers lose it tonight to Atlanta.
Welcome everyone to a rainy, chilly night in Indianapolis, Indiana for Game 1 of our NBA doubleheader. The NBA on TNT tonight, presented by State Farm. 2 of the top 4 teams in the Eastern Conference will face off: the Philadelphia 76ers, the Indiana Pacers. A game separates these two, with the top 4 teams separated by just 3.5 games. Chandler joining this team this year. There's a three-point shot outside, and that will drop. Oh, what a nice pass by Simmons. The cutting Butler puts it up and in for the deuce. And it's Jonah Bolden, who's coming off the career high that he put in against the Timberwolves on Tuesday with 14 points. So it's a great entree for him to see some early minutes with Embiid down. The rookie out of UCLA. Philadelphia on the road is 10 and 12. There's a nice basket inside. They get the 2, and Butler again continues to score. Muscala 3, book it.
Got to get to the body of Muscala. This is a guy who's another stretch 5 in this league.
The twirling Simmons off to Butler, who is cutting unencumbered off the wing. It's Chandler inside. Nice pickup by Butler, who got inside. Thad Young.
See ya! Butler now with a game-high 13 points. The Pacers, your 2 leading scorers on this team. 5 of 20 between Boyan and Oladipo.
Nice Butler pass inside to Embiid. Jimmy Butler. And he takes it in with ferocity.
Well, that's too easy. Number one, if you're Bogdanovich, you got to keep him off the offensive glass. And then you can't let him beat you offensively to the middle. Send him to your help baseline where Turner is.
Number 3 seed Indiana, number 4 seed Philadelphia. Butler will drive into 2 and get it to go.
That's the toughness and grit I was talking about in my open, what he brings to this team. A straight bona fide scorer.
Young glances at the other end, sees the shot clock. Bolden knocks it away. Here comes McConnell. Cross court, in stride. Butler up and down. What a play. Jimmy Butler. Woo. Wow.
21 now for JB.
Butler. Through traffic. Muscala triple. Got it again. Nice shot outside. Mike Muscala from Bucknell puts it through. It's Butler. Shot clock at 1. He's got to fire. Got it. Jimmy Butler taking that shot clock down to the end. Indiana is 21st in scoring, but 2nd in shooting in the NBA. That's Jimmy Butler again. Butler is 10 of 16, 27 points for Jimmy Butler. Nice steal by Butler. And he'll slow things up perhaps a little bit. But you've got to start thinking head-to-head. Great feet inside, sailing in for the deuce, Simmons. And they are running away with under 2 to play here in Indy tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
Philadelphia from 3 is 12th in the NBA. 6 of 8 from 3 this quarter, though. And they come out with a nice 24-point win against the Indiana Pacers. The 76ers go to 30-16. Road record of 11-12. And the 76ers win again.
Hello and welcome to Players Only on TNT, presented by State Farm. We are in Los Angeles as the Lakers are hosting the Philadelphia 76ers in Game 2 of our doubleheader.
Well, is that a precursor to what we may see once you get to the playoffs in regards to teams kind of backing off Ben to force him to kind of shoot? You put him in the post, he can do some damage out there.
He can do some damage right there in the open floor off the turnover from the Lakers. And guys, turnovers has been the Achilles heel for this Lakers team.
I'm glad how you clarified it from a skill perspective. Yeah. Shaq was so dominant early on. But
Shaq
from
don't count.
Yes, he did a little different. That's like LeBron don't count in some aspects. But from a pure physical, from a skill perspective, and that skill right there to get up and get it.
Nice.
Embiid can do so many things on the court that a lot of other centers can do besides.
DZ, thanks. Also, thanks to Ben Simmons taking the time pre-game to come over and talk to us. And guys, I get the sense, for me, it's almost a foregone conclusion. I can't see a scenario. You see the floater, the runner by Joel Embiid showing off that skill set. 8-point lead here. And just
another turnover.
That was an unforced error.
You ain't lying. Jimmy's just laying in the weeds. You've got to see him if you're Beasley on that. You look up, just got to hold the ball on that one. Just basically threw it to Jimmy Butler.
Here's another one right here, okay? And a lot of them transition here. Philly, once again, a live turnover. A lot of it is attention to detail. Now you're just assuming somebody's going to be open and you just lay the pass out there.
Water to wine, baby. Yep, back rims it.
I'm interested right now watching this Philly lineup. I want to see how they, not even getting back on defense.
Your question?
Man.
Did I answer your question?
Yeah,
you said you want to see
how they're going to blend these reserves in, because usually when Philly goes to the bench, they have some trouble. Great recovery by Jimmy Butler. I want to see the reserves play with a few of the starters. And, well, they look good right now. I can tell you that right now. Holy God.
I think that goes back to your point about really defining and expanding the bench production. Yeah. Right? When you talk about starting off footers, you're starting. Yeah. They come back in the second quarter, you can do that. Well, speaking of laying back in the paint, once again, you know Embiid out of bounds, or when he gets a chance to spot it, he's going to shoot it. So that time McGee just settled for just laying back.
Unable to get that floater to go, but much better job here to start this third quarter in terms of the turnovers for the Lakers. And Butler able to knock down that triple off the assist.
Also, I think a concern, too, is Jimmy Butler. Aggressive down the lane, but you have a guy like that who can close out games. That's great. But
and how about beautiful set play there, able to get that deuce.
Game 2 of a 6-game homestand here in Sacramento. It's the 34-18 Philadelphia 76ers on town, and you'll see it right here on NBC Sports California, powered by Xfinity.
They jump out on Butler. They got a mismatch down in the paint. Now they look to double Embiid, and the man we were just talking about scores over the double team. 8-4. Look out.
Boy, you saw that one coming. A really soft pass.
First turnover of the game for the Kings. 28-17. Justin Jackson, no. Bagley, no. And we'll go to Milton, ahead to Butler. And Butler goes all the way and scores, and it's a 7-point game.
Boy, it's sure like Bagley got fouled.
Sure looked like
a little push in the back.
The Sixers down 32-23. Embiid. And no good. Embiid and Butler, and that's going to count, and a chance for one more.
That's just Embiid and Butler overpowering inside. Embiid especially just knocking guys around.
That time they stopped Marvin. Butler. Uh-oh, that's too easy. Justin Jackson made a defensive mistake there.
Yeah, when you go for the ball there, you better get it, because that's what's going to happen.
Bogey's 1 of 5 in this game.
Boy, and Butler just overpowered Justin Jackson. Just said, thank you very much. I'll go to the basket here.
And that ties the game at 36.
Yeah, Jimmy Butler right now is having his way with JJ.
Butler finds Simmons, and to me, that's where you got to foul him. Why would you give him a dunk like that? I mean, Willie's only got one foul. Wrap him up in a bear hug and send him to the line. I don't know if that's the shot Dave Yeager wants.
Probably not until, you know, Marvin, I think he gets some good mismatches in around the basket. Boy, that's just total breakdown that time. Dave very upset with that.
Uh-oh. That's a foul and a 4-point opportunity for Jimmy Butler. He made the three. He was fouled by Jackson. Big shot in this game that cuts the lead to 7 and maybe 6. Milton, tough shot. Kings played that defensively very well, using almost all of the shot clock. Was Philadelphia's 6-point game.
Yeah. Simmons, a nice job. He's big enough, strong enough to deal with Marvin on post plays or even drives.
Right now, Jimmy Butler is taking over this game. Butler to look for the tie. Oh my gosh, another 4-point attempt. Are you kidding me? Buddy Hield fouled him, and Jimmy Butler looking for a second 4-point basket of the half. 99-98. Shamet, and he finally gets one to go. He's been struggling. That's a 2-pointer, 1-point game. 3-pointer. But you can't say Butler hasn't come up big.
Boy, he has. He has made all the big shots, and obviously the Sixers are going to ride that hole.
You got to stop this guy. He's feeling it. You got Shumpert. That's why you have him on the floor. He's out there for defense, but Butler is making him look bad, and there's 2 more. 105-104. Butler calling for it.
Well, again,
oh, my goodness. Jimmy Butler.
Boy, tough shot. Obviously defended it very well, and contested at that.
And that will do it. A signature win for the Sacramento Kings. They beat the Philadelphia 76ers.
Welcome to Philadelphia on a chilly, wintry night as we get ready for players only on TNT, presented by State Farm. It's the Boston Celtics visiting the 76ers in a heavyweight battle in this Eastern Conference. Right now, hard to believe that these two teams could end up meeting in the first round.
Well, you see Jimmy Butler right there using the screen and also able to square his shoulders up and knocking that little tough 10-foot jump shot.
Redick's back in the game with McConnell and Scott, and they're going to count that one.
Guys, I think whenever you have a guy like Al Horford, a passing big, a winner, you know, if you keep moving pieces around him, you're going to put yourself in a good situation because he's a willing passer. I mean, think about teams in this league that have a viable post player. See Gordon Hayward kind of in trouble right here. Good defense by the Sixers. Out in transition, but have a post player.
Okay, Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Buckets.
You overhelp, now we're going to make you pay.
Oh, goodness. Jimmy Butler. Rise up and be free. And Jimmy Butler starts it off with a basket. And they're going to get Hayward there with the late whistle. And a 7-point lead here, Boston. And it's been Horford, in a lot of ways, been the best player on the floor tonight. 4 on the clock here, and Butler gets all the way to the rim at the buzzer, gets it to go. And Smart unable to get that triple to fall. And Butler gets fouled on the 3-point try in transition by Marcus Smart. Doesn't like the call. Oh, that's the one thing you did not want in that situation. Butler able to get all the way to the rim. Oh, he didn't get it all. Didn't matter as the Celtics come in and pull off the victory. 3-point win on the road.
On a bitter cold 23-degree night in Oklahoma City, we welcome you to Chesapeake Energy Arena. They love their team here in OKC. This is the 344th consecutive sellout. Better than 18,000 have made their way in as the NBA on TNT is presented by State Farm, a matchup of two teams battling for playoff position. The Philadelphia 76ers and the Oklahoma City Thunder.
My man, Ben Simmons in the post. He is a legit 6'10", and he's a point guard, but he can post up and kind of guard everybody on the floor.
The NBA record of dubious distinction, the Seattle Sonics, the predecessor of the Thunder, beat the Minnesota Timberwolves 26 consecutive times from 1991 through 1997.
Unfortunately, I was there for some of that, so I'm going to keep my mouth shut now on that stuff.
And there was no process at the time, was it?
No, there was no. There was a process, but we didn't call it the process.
Yes. Butler puts it down low, and it's Bolden putting it home.
Nice finish.
Butler
nice
inside to Bolden.
Nice play by Butler.
There's Grant. May have taken the extra step.
Yeah, I tell you what, if I was a referee, I would call that Euro step traveling I'd be the worst ref. I call it every time.
Here is Butler off the fake. So an 8-point Philadelphia lead. That ends a 7-0 Oklahoma City run. Steven Adams defending on Harris. Harris pops it back. 2 on the shot clock. McConnell, yes, with 1 second on the 24. Butler played by Ferguson, who's a good defender. Pops it out. This is Bolden for 3. Got the bounce.
Another great drive by Jimmy Butler, hitting Bolden out in the right corner and got a friendly touch off the glass. He lays that one in, and sometimes, boy, when you're looking at a guy who's got a wide open layup and he throws you the ball, it surprises you. So Jimmy's got to be a little bit more aggressive around that basket and shooting.
McConnell, number 12. Beautiful bounce pass to the wide open Jimmy Butler.
Caught Russell Westbrook ball watching in that far right corner. Jimmy made a beautiful cut.
Sixers in possession, and Butler able to knock down the jumper. Jimmy Butler had 5 of those 21 assists in the first half. He now has 10 points. How about the Warriors losing in Orlando? So they lose back-to-back at Miami on the last-second jumper banked home by Dwayne Wade last night, and then the loss tonight in Orlando as Simmons converts the layup. Butler, nice spin. Gets it down low to Simmons, and there's the pass work we saw in the first half.
Again, a nice cut by Simmons, opening up late. Jimmy kind of got caught with the ball around the elbow.
11 rebounds for Adams. Westbrook. Simmons rebounds. And the Sixers in possession. Here's Butler, saw the opening and hits on the reverse. Coming up on a minute remaining in this third quarter. Here's Butler, shovels it home.
Bully ball against Raymond Felton, just pushed him out of the way, and nice strong drive by Jimmy Butler.
Butler into the paint. That counts, and the foul. Got the roll, and Butler, who's had a terrific second half, will go to the line. Right here, the Sixers should work the 24, although Simmons gets it in for Butler. Well, they saw the opportunity. As I said, why wait for the 24 seconds? Here's Scott open for 3.
Big shot.
Scott, one of the recent acquisitions for the 76ers. And here's Westbrook from center court. They just let him go, and that will do it. The Sixers finally won a game against Oklahoma City.
All right, guys, welcome to Chicago, Illinois, where it may be frigid. But look, it is a gorgeous night as the Bulls' star of today, Lauri Markkanen, gets ready to take on their former star, Jimmy Butler. And we welcome you to NBA Courtside, presented by McDonald's. As Levine misses the bunny off the window, here's Jimmy Butler, just his second game in Chicago as an opponent. Scored 38 his first time in a loss last year with the Timberwolves. Redick and Simmons got smushed together. Butler flips it in, plus the foul. They need to evaluate whether or not Chris Dunn will be a part of it as Butler hits the jumper.
Right, I think Chris Dunn has got to show more and continued growth, to be perfectly honest with you.
Corner 3, no good for Selden, and the weak side forward, flagged down by Johnson. Here is Simmons. He's just so smooth on the move, and he finds Butler, the cut, the finish, and the timeout from Chicago. Jokic has one of those like goofy, playful personalities too.
Yes, for sure.
We were doing a game earlier this year, and Redick hits the 3. Jokic just wandered into our green room and said, you
You guys have any snacks, any candy I can have?
Butler has scored 6 in the quarter. Nice look. Bolden gets right around Lopez for the flush.
Well, the other part of that, and Brett talks about this all the time, and you asked him about what has to get better by the end of the year, is Jimmy is going to take another tough shot under duress of the shot. How good is that? My goodness.
Butler, step back jumper, is good. Jimmy Butler, 10 points on 5 of 6 shooting.
Tightly contested opening half. In the second quarter alone, there's been 8 ties, 8 lead changes, and neither team is led by more than 2 until now.
That was timely.
Lakers, Nuggets coming up here on ESPN. So you will see, in all likelihood, LeBron pass Michael Jordan.
Butler alone will punt it down.
That's 6 assists now for Ben Simmons. So he's double-digit points already. He's got 7 boards and now 6 assists.
Jordan is one of those rare figures that the mythos has only continued to grow.
And just compete in those moments of getting downhill and put pressure on the defense, and he's doing a great job.
16 lead changes so far in this game, back and forth. Ultimately, how do you gain the final advantage?
Well, we got to contest better for one thing.
Here is Levine with the Bulls down 2. Levine with a little bit of a runway. He got it! Tie game! 37 for Zach Levine. Scott has it, 15 seconds left. Butler wants it, gets it. 10 seconds remaining. Butler patient. 7 seconds remaining. Butler on the drive, hooks it up and is fouled. Jimmy Butler is fouled and will shoot a peg. Butler got it. Ice in his veins. And he's given Philadelphia the lead by 1. Levine has to get it in. Lopez gets it back to him. Levine with a runway, lays it in, plus the foul. Zach Levine does it again. Simmons to trigger in. Lobs it inside, knocked away by Levine. And that will do it. Chicago hangs on for a 108-107 impressive victory.
In the end, it's all about you, the fan. And once again, we celebrate you. It is another authentic fan night tonight, all compliments of NBC Sports Philadelphia. The 76ers' Ben Simmons sitting out practice yesterday feeling ill, but tonight he'll be ready to go in this one. Jimmy Butler did not go in the Sixers' last game on Tuesday, a planned rest, but plan on him tonight. Plan on the 76ers paying special attention to Sacramento's Buddy Hield, who hit for 34 against the Sixers in Sacktown. But the team's gathering tonight. Sixers winding up a 3-game homestand here with an eye on the 3 spot in the East, taking on the Kings on NBC Sports Philadelphia, home of the authentic fan.
Needs to hang it in there.
His 4th year from Serbia, smattering of boos from what should be a sellout here at Wells Fargo Center. That's a J.J. Redick 3, and that's a good sight for him. J.J. Redick, who's been up and down of late. He's 4th on the Sixers in scoring, averaging just under 18. Yeah, no doubt. They have a lot of good, young, blossoming players. At that time, Embiid dropped one to Jimmy Butler, who was able to finish. Kings give it up. Opportunity for the Sixers here in transition. Butler. Oh, and running the floor, the big guy, Marjanovic. Bobby compliments Jimmy Butler. Sixers have had a couple of 10-point leads in this one. Butler forcing the issue and getting it done. Not an easy one for Jimmy, his 2nd bucket.
You have to be ready. That's why those workouts alone on the road in hotels when no one's watching, those are important because they set you up.
Gorgeous drive and finish by Butler.
But they're playing. They're in this one. 76ers allowing them to hang around.
Now they lead it. DJ McConnell. Marjanovic trying to break it free. Butler, and he's fouled. Jimmy Butler taking advantage of an opportunity, and who will go to the line. Only the 3rd and 4th free throws for the Sixers here in the first half. Butler will go to the line once again, and this is vintage Jimmy Butler. An opportunity here, certainly with Joel Embiid out of the game, to take the ball to the hoop. Butler, you see what he's trying to do with the Sixers starting 5, star-studded as it is. Just trying to not dominate things. I mean, Embiid has to get his touches as Mike Scott hits the 3. Redick is your shooter. Joel Embiid this time having a terrific game, and that time he scrambled back and blocked the shot. His second block. Redick for three. Yes! All started by that man's defense. Lawrence averaging just under 17, 14 since the trade from Dallas. That was back in February.
Supposedly told him that he was being traded and asked if he wanted to play still. He did. Wow.
Wow is right. Bjelica, he's no lightweight. 6'10", 235, all over Butler, who will go to the line for the 7th and 8th times already.
You can see the progression from Fox as well, selective in his speeds. Doesn't always go all out as well. Jimmy, nice kiss off the glass.
Jimmy Butler having himself a night. 18 for Butler.
But they're young and perhaps naive or inexperienced enough to not know how to respond. They're just playing.
Wow, a dazzling move and finish by T.J. McConnell. He'll running the floor and Butler recovering beautifully to block his shot. And the Sixers will keep it. Butler, and I'll tell you what, it has been vintage Jimmy Butler in this one, working his way in the paint, getting his, and right now he's got a game-high 20. Butler for two. Yes! As the Kings will concede and the Sixers will win it tonight by a final of 123 to 114.
All right, thanks a lot, Michelle, and welcome to Milwaukee in Fiserv Forum. Take a good look at the building because the way things are trending right now, the road to the Eastern Conference Championship will run right through Milwaukee and this building. Special delivery for the game ball today. Parachuted in as the 76ers come calling for just the second meeting of the season between these two teams. They met way back in October, almost 5 months ago for the first time.
Bledsoe shooting 32% from downtown. Boy, what a change in his career over the last year and a couple of months. Acquired from Phoenix at that time. Butler into the paint and gets the floater to go.
Well, Mark made a great point early on saying this is only the 7th time that the starting unit for Philly has played together.
EJ McConnell, one of the few players remaining from the Sam Hinkie process tenure and program. Butler comes up short but draws the foul on Connaughton.
In transition, if Butler runs into the post, you've got to get in there and try to overplay him where he cannot get the easy pass.
Up front, it's Tobias Harris, who's been conspicuous by his offensive silence here in the game. Jimmy Butler hasn't been silent, very engaged at the offensive end, and Butler has another field goal. He's got 7.
You got to look up.
McConnell on the break,
Pretty.
got the layup to fall.
Pretty.
We're going to go to work against Connaughton here. Marjanovic inside with the jump hook, and it's good. He has been very accomplished at the offensive end for them since joining this pass. And an extra pass to Butler. 5 on the clock for Embiid, right where the ball started, and a great finish for that offensive sequence.
Well, absolutely right on the money. Well, Mirotic, for a guy that's averaging double figures for them, is 0 for 4 in the game. He's getting wide open looks.
Butler with a nice pick and bucket. Lead still at 6. Here's Tobias Harris. That Marjanovic screen. Jimmy Butler raising up and hits it. That was a 3.
Now Butler has been very quiet.
Butler goes quick with it, drew the hit, and will go to the free throw line. Middleton back to him. He hasn't shot as many mid-range jumpers as he had in previous seasons. Mirotic switches on to Butler. That's a mismatch he likes. And Jimmy buckets, does what he does. Butler's the guy they like to have with the ball in his hands down the stretch. And he fires away, and that's 2 times. This time a 3-ball by Butler.
So you got to jam him, mainly because Giannis was right behind him to double team him if he went off the dribble.
Butler in strong, went chest to chest with Giannis. Butler and Embiid have made all the big shots here in the fourth quarter for Philadelphia. Butler with the floater, got it. He is starting to percolate.
See, if you play pick and roll and then that defender playing the screener doesn't come out, he'll run that floater in the paint all night on you.
And a perfunctory inbound pass by Mirotic, picked off by Butler, and that'll do it. The 76ers earn their 4th win in a row.
Kemba Walker striding into work. Tonight a big one in Uptown. Jimmy Butler in the building as well. Jimmy Butler wearing an LA sweatshirt. That's interesting. And his teammate, Ben Simmons, Thunder from down under. Second-year pro from Australia. Let's play some basketball. We're live in Uptown Spectrum Center on a Tuesday night. Philadelphia 76ers and your Charlotte Hornets finishing off the season series. Last two games have been wastelands for Marvin Williams. 2 points in each of the last two games. J.J. Redick already a pair of triples.
And then goggles. We've seen Marvin hit a three. He only puts up the goggle sign. That means I want to see that a lot tonight. I want to see Marvin with the goggles and Frank with the fanning of the flames. I think you're going to have to hit multiple threes. I'm talking at least 15 in the game tonight versus Sixers.
Jimmy Butler is fouled in the act of shooting, so 2 free throws for Butler. Along the baseline, Redick. J.J. Redick's got 8. Butler lost it on the way up, got it back, and hits the bucket. It was poked away by Batum. 4 of the 5 players on the floor right now for Philadelphia were not with the team at the beginning of the season. They came over in mid-season trades. Jimmy Butler. That was an old school shot off the window, using the body to free himself. Frank the trailer. Everything but down. Hornets are 3 for 15 from behind the arc.
They deserved that one to go down with the quality defensive effort they had last possession on this end.
Hornets can't stop J.J. Redick. He's got 21. He's 5 for 7 from behind the arc. Coming in tonight's game, Dale, he's taken 213 free throws. That's a big number for a guy who makes his living on the perimeter.
Yeah, he can handle the ball, and if you give him space, like he can handle the ball, get his own shot, and he has a great ball fake. You're going to go for that because of his ability to make shots. He's a smart player, does his homework, student of the game.
Jimmy Butler. And Butler will go to the free throw line. Pass in tight quarters, stolen away. Ennis. Tobias Harris after the timeout, a design play, and he hits the three-pointer. So the Hornets' lead was short-lived. Jimmy Butler is fouled. Butler still got some springs. Redick sets a screen for Butler. Kemba switches out on Butler. Almost a turnover. 3 seconds to shoot. That is what all-stars do.
Yeah, it sure is. I'll tell you this. If I got Mike Trout money, I would be sitting right here, buddy. My goodness. Am I getting paid?
Yeah, my goodness. Jimmy Butler with the turnaround. Kemba.
Good look, just didn't have the handle completely after the nice dribble.
Butler. He had Kemba on his back. Kemba playing with 4 fouls. Not much he could do.
No, rim run by Butler, who knew exactly who was on him.
Kemba's got to be careful with the foul trouble. Ennis. James Ennis III has the last 5 for Philadelphia. Oh, how does that happen? How does that happen? Tobias Harris. Jimmy Butler.
Bully ball. Boy, they're letting Jimmy Butler control this game offensively.
Simmons.
Oh, word.
When your point guard with 2 minutes remaining in the game can get to the rim and finish with 2 hands, you got something.
Absolutely.
Again, ISO ball for Butler. Jimmy Butler hits a 3.
Oh,
Ennis. Come on. That'll rip your guts out. So the Hornets lose a tough one.
Welcome to Philadelphia. 3 weeks to go in the NBA's regular season. And we're at the Wells Fargo Center tonight to kick off a terrific doubleheader. This evening it starts with the 76ers and the Boston Celtics. The Wells Fargo Center will be packed because they love their Sixers and they hate their opponent tonight, the Boston Celtics. And both teams still with plenty to play for with 11 games to go in the NBA's regular season.
You mentioned did not play last night in Charlotte. His pass, and Irvin called for the foul.
That's the athleticism of Jimmy Butler. I don't think people talk about that.
Brett Brown telling us for the game, it's so important for the Sixers that Butler puts his thumbprint on every single game. He can do it so many ways. Gets across the lane and nails it. That's his first field goal.
Did he travel?
It certainly looked like it. Butler inside to Simmons, and Simmons powers in.
So they're getting to their game, Mike.
One of the great rivalries in the history of the NBA over decades. Butler hit and the foul.
It is such an effective place to put Joel Embiid.
Jimmy Butler gets a look, good luck and hits the three. Again, the Celtics have dominated the Sixers in recent years, including last year's playoffs. Ennis. Ball won't go on the tip. Embiid gets it back. Ennis up top. Jimmy Butler straight on three. Got it! A three-point game with 5.5 to play. Irving switches. Butler another three. Bang! Tie game! Butler on the drive. Gets inside. Lays it up and in. Butler inside to Harris for the slam. Jimmy Butler making play after play. Butler backing in against Irving. 5 to shoot. Lost the ball. Picks it back up. Jump shot. It's good. Butler drills it with 4.7 remaining. Then the Sixers go up by 5. Brown looking, gets it inside. Irving falling away. Won't go. Rebound Tatum. Tatum follows it up, puts it in, and that'll do it. The Sixers beat the Celtics for the first time this season, a rivalry that has recently been dominated by Boston.
Timberwolves fans are still abuzz after the dramatic overtime win over the two-time defending champs inside Target Center less than 24 hours ago. And how's this for an encore? The return of the hero-turned-villain as Jimmy Butler and the Philadelphia 76ers pay their only visit of the season to Target Center.
Andrew's just been a different year, man.
It really has.
He's been a different player. I'm just shaking my head at Ryan Saunders right now. Like Ryan's done something to activate the superstar of Andrew Wiggins. He has really been a different player.
Saric unable to connect. And here come the Sixers. Butler kicks it out for Harris, and Tobias Harris drills the triple. It's his second make from downtown. You heard Jimmy Butler's comments a moment ago about Ryan Saunders. A back tap to Bolden, who will fire a three and make a three.
It's one of the reasons why they started him, because he's able to go out and guard Karl Anthony Towns out on the perimeter. We saw it in Philadelphia. Boban Marjanovic is not able to do that. Again, here more of the angle screens by Jimmy Butler, and this is what they've put in for him. Is nice backdoor cut that time.
Jones trying to use the glass. Marjanovic with the board. Harris attacking. Andrew Wiggins temporarily was able to stop it, but Butler there for the putback. Okogie underneath gets forced into a miss. Was falling a little bit off balance. Sixers quickly the other way. Butler gets a very tough shot to go, and it's an and one. We'll get the foul on Tyus Jones.
Our stage manager, Jim Pellinger, his headset just popped off. Is there a ghost around here somewhere? I mean,
the ghost of Prince, perhaps?
Well, I didn't see anybody hit it. It just like popped off his head. Doesn't happen. J.J. Redick, him knocking down shots, that happens actually quite often.
Harris. Butler comes up with an offensive board. Bolden is wide open, and of course he's going to knock that down. Butler follows his own miss. And Jimmy Butler, 10 rebounds, 10 points now. Timberwolves fall in their effort to sweep a very difficult home back-to-back. The Sixers win it 118-109 is our final.
We are ready to ring the bell in Philly. The Nets' D'Angelo Russell makes his first NBA postseason appearance, and Nets fans have made the trip down the turnpike. These are the 2019 NBA playoffs. Today,
It's game one of the Eastern Conference first round as the Brooklyn Nets take on the Philadelphia 76ers on My 9.
Turnover, and that leads to Russell on the break. Had it blocked by Butler. Allen there to clean it up, though. Harris heating up. That is 3 triples for Joe Harris.
Make no mistake, this guy, you think he's just a three-point shooter because, as you said, led the league, but he can put it on the deck to create his opportunities as well.
Played at Virginia, which of course just won the national championship. It's Harris's 5th NBA season. Butler from mid-range ties the game at 15. There have been so many moves made by general manager Elton Brand that it's been constant adjusting for the coaching staff.
It's been 3 different iterations of a team. I mean, think about their opening night starters. You had Simmons and Embiid, obviously the 2 foundation points. But Robert Covington was in the starting lineup. Dario Saric was in the starting lineup back then.
They were a decent road team, 19 and 22 away from home. They were 8 and 18 to start the year. Since then, as Jimmy Butler's fouled. So since December 7th, the Nets have the exact same record as the Philadelphia 76ers.
This is when Brooklyn super downsizes. Dudley's at the 5.
Butler gets his own miss and finishes in the paint.
And that's, you wonder about their rebounding. Kenny Atkinson found this super small lineup late in the season, hasn't had a ton of reps, wants to give it a look here.
Butler, through contact, able to get it to roll in.
He can make tough shots, and he can create his own, which they're going to need more of from Jimmy Butler.
15-point lead for Brooklyn. Here's Scott, in and out. Butler soars above the rim and gets the putback.
Where would they be without him?
Meanwhile, Ben Simmons, 1 assist, 2 points. Embiid, 11 points, but 1 for 9 from the floor. Redick, no points. LeVert in and out. Tobias Harris, just 2 points. He gets the rebound there, his 5th. Simmons driving.
Great defense by Dudley, but Butler, back-to-back possessions where he just gets to the glass. How smart defensively, though. Simmons was trying to lean in and draw contact. He wasn't having any of it.
Ben Simmons off the ball right now. It's in Butler's hands. 3 seconds remaining. Butler with 2. Fires for 3. Hits it at the buzzer. Jimmy buckets at the horn. Gets it down to single figures. Here's Butler on the drive. Goes right at Jared Allen, who's got 3 fouls. A beautiful finish by Butler. Carroll penetrates. Stripped by Butler. Loose ball. Bodies hit the floor. And Butler tied up with Ed Davis. Neither guy wants to let the ball go. Nice pass by Boban to Jimmy Butler, who's up to 27 points. Butler foul, count it! He's got 29! He'll look for 30 at the line! Good defense by the Sixers, almost like they baited Russell into that turnover. Butler on the attack, lost the ball, and went out of bounds. Traveling actually was the call on Butler. Career high in scoring and assists. And how about this number? He and James Harden were the only players in the NBA this year to average 20 points, 7 assists, and hit 200 or more threes. Only the 5th player in the history of the NBA to do that.
If you're included in the sentence of James Harden this year, you've done a good year.
Jimmy Butler with the basket. Obviously, Harden and Giannis are the 2 main MVP candidates. All the votes had to be in last night. It was a tip-in.
And the Nets are looking for offensive interference there.
Joining you tonight from Toronto, Ontario, you can feel the optimism in this city. After Saturday's Game 1 performance by the home team, Toronto steamrolled, and this is the conference semifinals of the NBA playoffs on TNT. It's presented by AT&T. Game 2 from Scotiabank Arena. Toronto and Philadelphia, the Raptors in front. 1 game to none. Lowry pushing the tempo. Stunner step to the rim. Denied by Butler. A quick jack. Kyle Lowry.
I think it was Siakam.
Oh, Siakam from that side. 4-2 lead for Toronto. Embiid, contact with Lowry, kick it out. Butler nails it from the corner. It's a triple. Well, we sat down with Nick Nurse, asked him about what he expected from Philadelphia. And he felt that they were going to try to stuff it down their throats with Embiid and Simmons to try to get Redick going early. It's Butler, rainbow three. Jimmy Butler puts Philadelphia up by 1.
I mean, it starts with can he get deep? And, you know, that comes with either rolling, maybe some rim runs, but how close can we get him to the basket? Mark is such a great defensive player. It's difficult to do that, but we'll continue to try to play through Joel.
Embiid forced to kick it out. Butler, count it! 3 and the foul, Jimmy Butler.
And Danny Green just picked up the tech, didn't like the call. And we've had a lot of controversy about plays like this thus far here in the postseason on three-point field goal attempts. Just a little. I thought on that one that Danny Green was fine. I don't think because you look at the legs go forward, you see Danny didn't come into his space. Danny was still inside the three-point line. So just by virtue of that, now you got to give him a foot to come down, so you could argue possibly that was the right call, but I would be upset as a defender there. But I'd be happy as hell if I was an offensive player.
Where'd you fall on the Harden call or no call?
Well, I didn't think I thought Draymond's play at the end was clearly the right call. I didn't think he fouled him.
13-2 run for the Raptors. Gasol, the drop step. Finds Siakam, who lays it in.
And partner, we talked about it. Would they take advantage of that matchup with Tobias Harris on Marc Gasol? It's not just for his ability to score. It's also the opportunities he can create for his teammates as Jimmy Butler silences the crowd with that mid-range.
And Butler now with 15 points. He's the high man for Philadelphia. 9 on the timer. Butler. They got bunched up in the area. Monroe rolls to the rim and scores.
Well, we had him in the first round against the Nets. He really struggled to finish, doing a much better job here against the Raptors.
Butler handles it with Simmons on the bench. Butler turns the corner. Got it, and a foul. Jimmy Butler, a tough bucket.
That was a great read there.
Lowry fires. Short on a 3-ball. And Butler's got the board. Shovels. Simmons right down the middle for 2.
Another strong cut there. And again, attacking early in transition, not waiting for Toronto to set their defense. And Nick Nurse right now looking for answers.
Butler out of the double team. Hangs. And he draws the foul.
And that was just a veteran move by Jimmy Butler. What he did is he used Marc Gasol as a screener. Even though Marc Gasol was coming down to double team, he actually used Gasol to block Danny Green to turn the corner and force the foul.
Green corner jump. Rebounded by Butler, his 11th.
I guarantee you if that goes.
Butler, that goes. And the foul.
If that 3 had gone, I guarantee you Embiid was checking into the game. And just like that now, I can exhale if you're Brett Brown, because Jimmy Butler, you talked about bouncing back after the disappointment of game 1. He has come out with focus and that competitive spirit you have to have in the postseason.
The 4th foul on Siakam. Jimmy Butler is 6 of 6 at the free throw line. Off the high screen, Leonard drives. Embiid is there for the board.
Great job on the contest by Joel.
Butler. Jimmy buckets on the inside.
And that's such a smart play. You see the struggles Philly having right now in the half court, and Butler recognizing that, looking for the opportunity in transition.
25 for Butler. Siakam checks the feet. Bucket for 3. Embiid with Siakam helping. Trying to work through 2 defenders. Finds Butler. Oh, Jimmy Butler, bullseye. 28 for Butler. Leonard kicks it out. Siakam. Drive and kick for Lowry. 3 on the way. He cans it.
They won't go away. Toronto.
Butler knocked away, and Gasol called for the foul.
Wow. Still time left, but credit Philly. They have withstood everything Toronto's thrown at them here thus far in the second half.
30 points for Jimmy Butler. 90-84, Philadelphia. Leonard makes the quick move. Kick it out. Lowry. Yes! Kyle Lowry from downtown. Tobias Harris tries to get it inside, knocked away from Simmons. Lowry's got it with 1:15 to go. Siakam floats it up, no. Rebound, Siakam lays it in. It's a one-point game with 46 seconds left on the clock. Butler, 8 to shoot. Leans in on Green. Embiid, a ball fake. Embiid spins to the rim. Pump fake. Embiid gets the bucket. A big one for the 76ers. Green watched by Harris.
You don't need 3 here. Plenty of time to get with the attack.
Oh, Lowry trying to put it through Harris's legs. Saves it for Leonard. Leonard gives it up. Green for the tie. Off the rim. Gasol keeps it alive. Knocked around. Harris has got it for Philadelphia. They have to foul. And they do with 3.8. Philadelphia up by 3 will go to the free throw line.
Thank you, Michelle, and welcome everyone to Philadelphia, where this Eastern Conference semifinal shifting after the first 2 games in Toronto. The Raptors and Sixers splitting those first 2 games. Toronto taking game 1, but Philadelphia bouncing back with an impressive road win in game 2 and a sellout crowd here tonight at the Wells Fargo Center as we welcome you to NBA courtside. Jimmy Butler's jump shot is good. Monroe spins, pass inside. Jimmy Butler gets it to go. Philadelphia 8 for 13 from the field. Van Fleet ahead. Can't get it to fall. The bench so far in the series has been well in favor of Philadelphia as J.J. Redick drills a 3. Joel Embiid showing the soft touch. Van Fleet, long distance, can't get it to fall. Embiid, 9 points, 4 rebounds, and a blocked shot to start. Jimmy Butler drives right past Ibaka.
And that's 2 baskets in transition for Philly to start.
Backdoor to Butler, inside. Beautiful pass to Simmons. Butler with his 3rd assist. Embiid for 3. Harris, hop step, good look, 3-pointer. Tobias Harris with 11 points. Leonard loses it. Simmons 2-on-1, throws it up. Butler throws it down. Simmons again tips it out. Embiid up top. Butler for 3. Bang! Foot barely touched it. J.J. Redick answers with a jumper. Embiid throws it back up top to Butler, fakes the pass, the floater in the lane, bounces good. Jimmy Butler looking for some room. Scott, after missing the 2 games with the plantar fascia, he's played 9 minutes, he has 5 points. Butler had the big 4th quarter in game 2. Embiid for 3. Joel Embiid is 3 for 3 from downtown here in game 3. Butler gets free. Scoop layup is good. Lowry back up top. Stripped. Here's Butler. Butler ahead of the pack. Van Fleet blocked by Butler. Embiid inside. Layup shot is good. And the foul. Boy, he's enjoying tonight.
I think they're searching for someone right now, Mike. Someone who can come off their bench that they believe in.
Butler once again, and the foul. The Sixers are pouring it on. A 23-point lead. They have blown it open. Embiid fakes. Embiid down the lane. This building is shaking right now. A wire-to-wire victory for the 76ers. An electrifying performance from Joel Embiid.
Sixer fans have descended upon Wells Fargo Center today. They've come from all points, South Street, Mount Airy, Rittenhouse Square, and even Fishtown through the raindrops. Meanwhile, up in Toronto at the corner of Bay and Front Street at Jurassic Park, Raptor fans hoping their team can even the series at 2 games apiece. In Philadelphia, it doesn't matter where you get your cheesesteak. They all agree Embiid has been the big boss cook.
Raptors out 2-0. That's their first lead since game 2. Butler inside with the bucket.
Well, if you're coaching, you wish that he would have got a little closer.
Jimmy Butler slammed on the break, stopped on a dime, didn't leave Kawhi. Not a penny of change. Butler cross court to Ennis. And Ennis knocks down the 3. You mentioned the fact he's been in double figures. What a find he has been off the bench for Coach Brown. Embiid with the lob up top for Butler.
Yeah, nice move.
And a good finish by Butler, who got hammered too. Embiid on the edges, now backing down Gasol. Picks it back out to Harris from deep. Butler skying for the rebound. That was a man-sized move by the guy from Tomball, Texas.
Now that's their first point in offensive rebounding, second chance. They have 5 rebounds, but that's the first time they scored.
Butler got the 3.
Nice passing, beautiful passing. A diagonal across and then back to the middle of the floor.
Butler with the rebound.
Yeah, listen, good play by Embiid to pat that out.
Harris with another look. This one drops. And the Sixers lead by 2. And Simmons up court for Philadelphia. Butler rising up. Jimmy Butler now with 17 in the game. Step back jumper by Jimmy Butler, and he is in rhythm right now.
He sure is.
He's got 19.
Well, that first half, he played most of the game in the paint. Now he's all over.
Seems like Jimmy Butler's adulting again. What has he been doing so well for you guys through these first 3 quarters?
I mean, he's just such a gifted athlete. He really, from a physical standpoint, endurance, and you know, it's carrying over to his leadership.
Butler with the rebound and fouled on the putback by Danny Green.
Now, Jimmy Butler, we know that he has really scored the ball here, right? He has 19 points. That's his 9th rebound.
Great shot there by Lowry. And Butler was in the gym this morning at 8:40 a.m. with his trainer, Stan Remy, getting a lot of precise work in. Redick, yes!
Once you run hard at him and you do not run at his chest, you're in trouble. You leave your feet, the ball fake is always there.
Butler against the shorter Lowry. Moving his feet well. Active hands, had to launch. Wow, my. It's been that kind of afternoon for Jimmy Buckets. And Leonard turns it over. And that's going to be a foul against Green. Embiid going to go right back to the foul line for a pair. Embiid got picked off. Butler picked up Leonard. It didn't matter. Kawhi Leonard drills another jumper. And the Raptors lead by 4. Butler wrapped up. And that's going to be a foul against Kawhi Leonard, who came away from the pack with the ball. And that's going to be a foul against Embiid as Leonard tried to turn the corner. Leonard will go to the line. Leonard knocks down both. Nice flare to the corner by Redick. Got the 3 ball.
Nice. Good rotation of the ball from the middle of the floor over to Redick.
Embiid driving, spins, missed the finish, and boarded by Ibaka. He had a great look at it on his bread and butter move. Simmons pressing up on Leonard. Embiid switches, fires a long one. Nothing but net. Kawhi not. Butler gets into the paint. Tough 2 is good.
That's right. Quick. Now, you got to have good defense now. Tough defense because they only have 1 timeout left.
Oh, that ball was in the air a long time. Embiid couldn't get there in time, Hubie. Embiid with the 3 with a hand in his face. Siakam with the board. And the guy who was listed as probable to play, questionable to play, Siakam, started off slowly, missing his first 7 shots, is going to try and put this game on ice for the Raptors and even the series at 2 apiece. 20.6 to go in the 7-point game. And the fans are slowly headed for the exits.
Well, guys, a dark cloud hovers over Wells Fargo Center, and it has nothing to do with the weather, but rather the mood, which is still foul after the Sixers suffered their worst playoff loss in 37 years just 48 hours ago in Toronto. Welcome to NBA courtside in Philadelphia, where the Sixers face possible elimination, trailing the Raptors 3-2, a spot in the Eastern Conference Finals against Milwaukee at stake. The Bucks getting there for the first time since 2001 when they lost to Philadelphia in 7 games.
Fortunate bounce there. It ends up in the hands of Simmons. Butler missed the layup, but got it back. Butler driving and scores this time against Green. Butler acquired in mid-November from Minnesota. Butler got bumped and finishes through contact off the window. So Kawhi 0 for 2 from the floor. He had a 45-point game in game 1. Butler on the baseline. He's been their best player offensively here in the postseason. Here's Butler getting inside. Jimmy Butler with 8 points. So he and Harris with 8 apiece. Embiid's going to try one. It's good. They are 5 of 8 from three-point land, and they lead by 14.
We're talking to Danny Green this morning, asked him about playing for Pop. And Tom says to him, I don't think in February, he asked people who the Toronto Raptors head coach was. I'm not sure. And Danny said, I have friends and family who weren't sure who Nick Nurse was.
Nice pass, Simmons. Butler puts it in. Ben Simmons with 6 assists. Butler alley-oop, and Simmons with the putdown. Butler, nice pass to Scott, who cut in the lane. And Butler found it. Butler's going to take this one. Short. Chases it down. Is fouled. And he banks it in. A 3-point chance for Jimmy Buckets. He's been their best player in the playoffs. Third foul on Lowry.
This crowd, this town loves Jimmy Butler. Misses his opportunity, goes and gets it. He's gritty. He's tough. He's going to look at the crowd and go, give me some love. I've earned it.
Well, you're right. They love him because of how hard he plays. Due to be a free agent. We'll see if he sticks around.
They're chanting Jimmy Butler right now.
Shot clock at 9. Butler gets around McCaw. Jumps and hits off the glass. Butler, 17 points. Butler with a great play. Steals it from Leonard. On the other end, flies to the rim and lays it home with 4/10 of a second left. Jimmy Butler has taken over Game 6.
That guy has got a lot in his offensive arsenal.
Redick for 3.